I think you guys are good. The mic's in the way. Maybe if I pull the table out, I don't know. But hey, everybody, welcome on, welcome on. You know what? Maybe if I lift the camera up. How about that? Perfect. Because I had to lower it earlier for a training that I was doing. Let's move the mic a little bit over out of the way. I think we're good there. And for those of you guys over on TikTok, how's it going? Welcome in, welcome in. I appreciate you being here. Y'all know it takes me like a minute or so to get set up. Let the algorithms do their thing and notify people because we are streaming in 2 different places right now. So I do have the little intro music going. So as that's going, welcome in, welcome in. I will invite. Let's see, welcome everybody in, and I will just go ahead and start clearing off the board from yesterday's training. Let me leave that up for a quick second, and I'll just erase all this other stuff. Welcome on, everybody. Welcome on. Okay, that's all the text. I did join a little bit late tonight. I said I was going to be here at 7:15. But one of my other notary buddies that's in Georgia, somebody who I took training from when I very first started, she was live tonight. And so I definitely want to go and support her. Uh-oh. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to take this off. Give me a second. If you're tuning in and you didn't know what this was from yesterday's training. We went over like flyers and the wording and all of the message. Let's turn this down a little bit. We went over the message for flyers, right? So that's what this is. I'm just pulling that off the board so we can start training tonight. What is it, doggo? Come here. Oh, I thought this was a small dog. It does come to say hi, but it's my big lab, and I don't think she likes being picked up. She's old. But she wants to say hi. You want to say hi? I'll pick up the smaller dog. Come here. He was like, don't pick me up. Don't pick me up. Small as in he's like 30 pounds. I know. Come here. This is a small dog for me. Oh, I know. Say hi to the people. Cover up his goods. Don't sniff his goods. This is my doggo Ficus. He is 11. Are you 11? He's 11 going on 12, but he still acts like a puppy. And the other dog is my lab. I know you guys probably don't care, but back here. She is all solid 80 pounds. I am not lifting her up right now. She does not like it. But do you want to say hi to the people? They think they hear somebody outside, so they're notifying me. Let's just see if we can do this. Only 1 people can see her. Let's see. TikTok, y'all can see her. Say hi, baby. Look up here. Look. Anyway, go ahead and get out of my office, dogs. I got to start this training. Let's go ahead and get tonight's session started. Because the intro music is over now. Making me run out of breath. Come on, dogs. Go. Thank you. Bye. Bye, babies. They didn't want to get locked out. It is what it is. So let's go ahead and turn the music over to our regular music tonight for the smooth goings. Welcome everybody that's on. Welcome. I appreciate you being here. For those of you, I can't see the chat. Whoops, there we go. Hey Jay, how are you? The flyer said the flyer training was good yesterday. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I am glad you enjoyed it. Let me fix this camera or you guys will be looking at my belly for the most of the night. Good. Now I have dog hair on me. That is one of the biggest parts I don't like about having dogs. It takes so much work to keep me dog hair free because I love cuddling with them, right? But anyway, let's go ahead and talk about what we're gonna set up for tonight. For those guys who do not know me, if you're over on the tubes, let me know if you can hear me. I think I figured it out yesterday how to make sure the mic is working properly, so we should be good to go. Let me just rotate it. There we go. Excuse me, now we should be good to go. But if you guys don't know who I am, my name is Ladero Wharf. I am a notary in the beautiful Peach State of Georgia, where I do 2 things within my notary business. And I've been doing 2 things for quite a while now. I focus on being a dang on good notary, number 1, right? And that focus has led me into specializing within my notary niche. I have specialized in working with estate planning attorneys, elder law attorneys, personal injury attorneys, and also probate attorneys. Those are the 4 attorney types that I focus on. I know this was from yesterday, but when we talk about, I can't even grab it quickly. Where's the smaller version? Right here. I do have a smaller version, but the small version is still big. When we talked about flyers yesterday, when I create flyers, mine are mostly digital, or if I'm mailing them something in the mail, sending them something in the mail, my flyers speak to those 4 types of individuals, right? So again, I specialize in working with elder law attorneys, estate planning attorneys, probate attorneys, and also personal injury attorney. That's what I focus on in my notary business. And on the notary adjacent side of my business, I also do what's called apostille facilitation. I know some of you guys have been asking me to talk about that. I will get to it, but that's not tonight's topic. So I do 2 things in my notary business, and that's it. That is it, you guys. That is 100% it. Apart from that, I do love to show up for my notary buddies. How do I do that? By being on these lives, right? By being lives, and also by being notary, one of the newest national advisors for Notary Academy, right? I am their, oh my gosh, I'm out of breath. I am the Georgia advisor, right, in the state of Georgia for Notary Academy, but also recently they did bring me up to be one of their national notary advisors as well. So what the heck does that mean? We have training, we have coaching, we have mentorship. So if you don't know where to start, or if you're nervous about taking that leap, we got you, right? First, we used to specialize in only state-specific training. Now we do state-specific and national training. That was a real big move for us, and we're absolutely loving it. I need water. All right. I know some of y'all are always like, why is this man always out of breath? I have a dance party before we start every single time to like hype myself up, make sure I'm in the right energy phase. And I just went a little bit too hard tonight. I keep forgetting I'm almost 40, about to throw out something. So I got to remember that sometimes. And I'm like, oh, get up off the floor. I can't breathe. Sorry, I'm just checking my text because I closed 10 minutes ago my notary business, but that does not mean that stuff still doesn't come through that I haven't dealt with or just last minute requests. I'm just making sure this is nothing that's important. What is this? Nope. Okay, it's not important, so I can wait till later. It'll actually wait until 8 o'clock tomorrow morning because I am now closed. So tonight's topic, as you guys can see, let me welcome y'all in here. Nayla, is that Nyla? Nyla, what state am I in? I am in the state of Georgia. I'm down south. I'm as south as you can go, and apart from Florida, I'm in Georgia. But who else is on here? Let's welcome you guys. Those of you over on the YouTubes, I appreciate you being here. Lahome, welcome. Fiesta Events, I appreciate you liking the live, and welcome Paula, welcome Beto, welcome Fiesta Events. I see you. Sharing all the love, liking and sharing the live. Perfect. Okay, so now, how do I close this? Swipe left to close. So what's left? Is that left? No. Okay, I don't know how to close it. So there we go. Now I closed it. Perfect. So now let's go ahead and get moving with tonight's topic. You guys know that I love showing up for you guys and I like giving you some information. So tonight's information, you can see it on the screen. If you're over here on the tubes, it's down somewhere on there. But tonight's topic is going to be 5 notary mistakes that can get you in a lot of trouble. Right? I have seen all of these. I've experienced all of these. I've been requested to violate all of these. So that's why I'm telling it to you guys tonight, because I know we have a lot of new notaries that are coming into the space, and you don't know what you don't know, right? And so that's one of the things. Why do I feel this camera is too low? Because it is. Hold on. YouTube, I was going to ask y'all what color underpants I have on, but that's a little bit going too far. Because that camera is like so at the wrong angle. Y'all like looking up places you shouldn't be looking. So who is this? Sassy Bluey says that they are new. Look, if you see me looking to this to the left over here, that's because I have a much larger monitor that I can see everything. I can see myself like 3 times, and I can also see all of you guys' comments over here. So that's why I always look to the side. I appreciate you being here, Sassy Blue Eyes. Welcome. Tell me what state you're in. Tell me what state you guys are in. Who is this? They call me Sunshine, I think that is. I appreciate the follow. And also, good evening to you as well. And you are new here. Sassy, you're a neighbor of mine. You're in Tennessee. Nyla, you're also a neighbor. You're in Florida. Okay, cool. I'm in Georgia, so I'm like right between you guys. Oh, and the crazy thing about it, we all have completely different rules. Who is this in Nebraska? Welcome, welcome. I don't see no many Nebraskans here. I appreciate you being here, Fiesta Events. So tonight, like I said, we're going to talk about the 5 mistakes, 5 notary mistakes that can get you in big trouble, right? 5 notary mistakes that can get you in big trouble. So to go ahead and start, y'all know I always, let's see, we're going to use red again tonight. Let's use red again, and I'll use black for emphasis. So red, let's start with the first few things. I'm going to write some stuff on the board, and then I will turn around and talk about it. So y'all let me know what mistakes y'all have experienced. I know those of you guys over on TikTok, I know you can't type a lot in the chat, but what are some of the mistakes that you guys have experienced, or that other companies or third-party services are trying to like push you to do when you couldn't do it, right? What is that? NYS Notary here. Look at that. New York. Is that New York State? That's what NYS means? I know NYC is New York City, right? Glow Signature says, hi, how are you? And Ab, how are you? Perfect. All right. So let's see. First thing that I've experienced the most and I see the most. Nope. Look, I can't even write. Unacceptable. Acceptable IDs. That's an I and a D. That's what that is. And now let me go ahead and do some lines so I can keep my writing a little bit organized tonight. We're going to pull out our trusty dusty UPS. They're going to help us out a little bit so I can make some straight-ish lines. That is still not straight, but okay. Better than what I would have drawn by my freehand. Close enough. Let's try this side. Y'all know that it takes me a minute. It takes me a minute. So that should give me enough space. Maybe I should have been doing this from the very beginning. Look at that. Let's slide that over that way. Make that line and bring it back over here. And make this line. Bam. We're going to make it work tonight. There we go. That now works. So the next thing is the oath and affirmation. No oath. I'm just going to say F. And the next one is, this is way too long. Incomplete. I know y'all can't see this yet, but I will get over here. Certificate. And then we'll just draw a line in the middle. Sorry, I got my notes in front of myself, just so I don't miss anything. That's not what I want to talk about tonight, but I may just fit it in there and I'll change it. Fixing it later. And then we got missing / poor seal. All right, sorry about that. I had to just get that on the board so I don't go too far off the reservation. If you guys are new here, again, my name is Ladera Wharf. I love showing up for my notary buddies, and I do this by going live with you guys, teaching you guys stuff, mentoring you, coaching you, because I need you to win, right? Not for the benefit of me. You winning does not make me money. I'm just going to be for real. I need you to win because I believe in being a notary. I believe in this space. So if you guys are here, feel free to ask questions. There's no question that's not important. So if you have questions, put it in the chat. I do my best. Y'all see, sometimes I be here for like, one night I was here for 4 straight hours. We ain't doing that tonight. But I was here for 4 straight hours answering your questions. I want to make sure that you guys get your questions answered and that you are winning. So again, tonight's topic is going to be 5 mistakes, notary mistakes that can get you in a lot of trouble. I don't want you to get in trouble because when you get in trouble, you can't win, right? Some of us may have experienced these already. And if you have, like I said, let me know. Put it in the chat. And if you haven't, here's a good time to take some notes so you don't have to experience this. I just remembered I need to flip the camera so you guys can see it correctly. It'll just be backwards for me. So there we go. Look, thank you. What was that, Leslia? Mirror your screen. Thank you. Flip the camera. Thank y'all. Y'all keep me on. Y'all keep me on track. There's so many things to do when you first start. When you first hit the live button that you can't do until after you're live. And I'm doing 3 different cameras, so it's a lot. And I always leave out one. Anyway, y'all don't care about that. So let's get into this. Tonight's topic. 5 mistakes. Unacceptable ID. This is one that I cannot give you all of the answers on. My spouse is texting me. Did you see? No, I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to see, but I didn't see it. This is one that is a little bit hard to give you guys all of the answers on. Why? Because acceptable ID varies depending on your state. I can tell you guys what it is for me in Georgia. In the state of Georgia, I cannot accept. Well, let me. I like to tell you how I like to work. I give y'all facts and then I give you opinions based solely out of our Georgia handbook and Georgia statutes. We as Georgia notaries, as of January 1st, 2025, must collect or verify a person's identity using a government photo I messed it up already. A current government photo issued ID. Again, for those of you in the room that are Georgia, our rules are that we must ID an individual that's signing signing documents in front of us as a notary using a current government photo issued ID, right? So for us, that's a current, so non-expired, because before the rules were a little vague on it. And so they left out current. And so that little gray area did prompt a lot of notaries for like the last 20 plus years to accept expired IDs, right? This is my thing. If you get pulled over by a cop and you present an expired ID in the state of Georgia, that's not acceptable. So why would I accept that as a notary? So I'm glad that they clarified the law saying that we can no longer accept expired IDs. So all they did was put the word current in there. So it must be a current government photo issued ID. And in the state of Georgia, current means not expired, right? We can accept driver's license. I have a whole training on the things that we can accept. The list is longer than you think, but driver's licenses, passports, tribal IDs, the new VA IDs, like the new veterans IDs, those we can accept because they've been updated to include everything that is required for us to accept in the state of Georgia. There's a few other IDs that we can accept as well. So definitely always check your state. Some states out there, I don't want to name the state because I'm going to mess it up, but some states out there can accept expired IDs. You can accept an ID that expired 6 months ago. Some of you can accept IDs that expired up to 2 years ago. We can't do that. So that's one of the biggest things is knowing when it comes to unacceptable, or I should say acceptable IDs, but these are the mistakes, right? Unacceptable IDs. You got to know. I'm switching to black just because I want to see a different color. You got to know your state's laws, right? You got to know that. And then one thing that you cannot do is say, let's do this, close enough. Close enough does not work. Close enough does not work. A story that I have I've had people try to give me Costco cards. I think I told you guys this a couple days ago. Was it last week? I had a client that was trying to get some documents, just get things taken care of, right? What I do, notary stuff, and literally was trying to present me a utility bill with their name on it. That does not work for me in the state of Georgia, right? I cannot verify your identity based off of utility bill. So, like, can you guys in some of your other states let me know? Like, I don't think any of us can. I know when it comes to the realm of loan signing, which a lot of people do, on that, what is it called? Patriot Act, I believe that's what it is. Is that what it is? Don't make me lie. Because I don't do loan signings. I have not done it in a long time. By the way, I do have a background in title. I was an escrow assistant, so I'm very familiar with I was very familiar with it. That's been a number of years ago. But I think it's a Patriot Act where we have to fill out that form. We use an ID, like their driver's license or social, whatever they provide us. And then on there, it does let you accept like utility bills or some random stuff like that, right? I cannot do that for normal notarization stuff. But guess what? You guys, since I brought it up, those of you that are experienced, does the Patriot Act require you to stamp it as a notary? Does that document require you to stamp it as a notary public? Those of you, yes, thank you, Adrian, the Patriot Act. Thank you, Cindy. Who else? Who else want to put their bets in? I think I just told you the answer because Cindy just told you. On the Patriot Act, we do not stamp that. So therefore, presenting me a utility bill could, that could work for like verifying your identity for that particular form. Because in that very moment, I am not acting as a notary public. I'm acting as like an authorized person to just whatever's on that list, you give it to me, I say check, and we keep it moving, right? But when I act as a notary public and I'm doing this, I always stamp my hand, then put a piece of paper there. When I'm signing and doing that, I have to accept what my state says I can accept for valid ID. So that's one of the things, one of the biggest mistakes. That's mistake number one that I see out there. A few ways that you can go around this. If somebody gives you an ID, like if I'm in Georgia and they give me an ID that's expired, I just politely ask if they have a different ID. If they say why, I just let them know. It's like, hey, in the state of Georgia, when I'm accepting your driver's license or states of driver's license, it actually has to be current. I'm not sure if you knew, but yours actually expired 2 days ago. You know what happens? They're like, oh crap, I just gave you the wrong one. Because I know some people are like, well, they take your ID. I don't know what the rule is here in Georgia, to be honest with you. But let me show you this. Well, I guess I shouldn't be showing y'all all my stuff, right? I've gotten my ID updated. I have my current one in my wallet. I have all my stuff. I'm just flashing real quick. I have 2 right here. I have 2 additional right here, all from the state of Georgia. So I am one of those people that keep my old IDs when they expire, or when I change something on them, when my address changed. They don't take them from me. I think, I even still have my Utah ID somewhere around here. When I moved to Georgia, they just let me keep everything. So some places and states, I don't know if I've been told, because I think I live in the same county as like most of my family, their IDs get taken. I'm like, I get to keep all mine. That's weird. Okay, whatever. So I still have all mine, and I just actually use them when I'm preparing my docs. Hold on. I use my IDs when I'm preparing documents, and if I have to like line through something because it's incorrect county or something, I use my ID because that's a straight line. But anyway, that's TMI. Too much dumb information. But let's keep on going. What was I saying? If somebody gives you a wrong ID, just let them know politely. Hey, I can't accept this ID because it actually expired. Or one of those things where people, I don't like to get too much into this, but it's one of the things that we actually need to check. You don't just grab the ID and just start documenting in your journal if you do keep a journal, or you just don't get it. I've seen so many people, so many of my notary buddies, if I'm acting as a witness, for example, for them, they grab the ID, they look at it, and like 3 seconds later, they give it right back. I'm like, what did you check? What did you check on there? Because I'm a really quick reader, right? And I know you did not read that entire ID that fast in 3 seconds and gave it back. They're just going through the motions. So please know what you can accept in your state. I'm keeping an eye on the comments over there. What you can accept in your state, and what, even if you accept it, how to properly accept it. Let me give you, dang it. You know what? I have a whole training on this. I cannot show y'all my ID to go through it. But I'm just going to look at my ID for reference. When I'm here in Georgia, there is, I don't want to lie to you guys since I recorded the training on it. I believe there's 18 points on the front, 18 points on the front of the ID that we should be checking. Does Ladero check all 18? I don't. I'm going to be real with y'all because I can't remember all 18. I'm just to be for real with you. And I freaking wrote the training. But it's all best practice. But real quick, this is what I do check. The first thing I look at when I get an ID, I look at that photo. Does this person on the photo relatively matches the person in front of me? Because I know some of you guys can keep your same photo for 10 years. A lot of stuff changes in 10 years, right? Even gaining 10 pounds can make the person in front of you look different. How do I know that? Because I'm looking at my driver's license. I was 10 pounds lighter, and I'm looking at the reflection of myself in this camera, and I'm like, that does not look the same person because I put on 20. But either way it goes, those 20 pounds can make a difference. Anyway, check the photo. Relatively close enough. Good. Let's keep on moving. The next thing I'm going to check on here is I make sure that it's not expired, right? On mine, in my journal, I do put their license number, right? You can either put the check your state laws, either put the full license number or just the last four, just so I have that proof that I actually seen it, I felt it, I touched it, and I have that person's ID. I write the date of birth, the expiration, and also the issue date. So that automatically lets me check those things because I physically write them down. I also write down that person's address that's on their ID in my journal. Why? Because that's one of the things I'm supposed to check. And so, therefore, if I write it down, I have proof that I checked it, right? And then the other thing, this one actually probably comes first more than anything, but these are all my other quick checks that I just run through, is going to be that person's name. If you have documents in front of you and that person's name on the documents and on the driver's license does not match, then maybe you should like do a little bit more digging. Because like on mine, I have a paragraph as my full name. I never use my full name. The only place I think I have my full name is on my notary. I don't even have it on my notary commission because in Georgia they allow us to shorten it. So I have the shortened version of my names on there. But like a lot of cases, most people just use their first and last name, right? Some people will use a middle initial. But if their driver's license has their full name on it and that document, the typed information has their full name, a middle initial, and their last name, do you accept that? Does your state say that that is an acceptable ID, right? But one thing I will tell you guys is that when you're filling out your notarial block, we'll get over there in a little bit, the notarial certificate, it is best practice to go by the name that's on the driver's license. I know some of you guys do loan signings and that can cause some issues and things like that. So follow your state's laws. I'm just telling y'all the things that I see, right? The things that I see out there. So unacceptable IDs is the biggest mistake that I see. Number 2, no oath or affirmation. This, I know in some states it's called something slightly different. Let me turn the camera. There it goes, that way. What is it? My notary buddy out there and a fellow advisor, his name is Phil. He's out in Colorado. I think if I have Colorado people on here, let me know. I don't think you guys call it this, or let me rephrase it. I don't think you guys call it a jurat because a lot of us are accustomed to hearing acknowledgement versus jurat, right? I even have a little quick thing on it. If you guys are on TikTok, there's a link in the bio, in my bio, where you can go and grab, I think I still have it live there, my acknowledgement versus jurat explainer. So go and grab that. And sorry, I'm actually just trying to drop that same link in Notary on the tubes. Notary know-how. Sorry, y'all, give me a second. I just remember I did not give them the link. And I'm only typing with one hand, so it slows me down. Copy, link, paste, YouTube. There we go. Tubes, now y'all got it. So everybody got the same link. You can go to the link in my profile and just scroll down a little bit under the free resources section. And I have a jurat versus acknowledgement explainer. That's what I was saying. In Colorado, I don't think y'all call it a jurat there. You call it whatever you call it there, right? But the next biggest offense or mistake that I see notaries not doing is not performing the oath or giving an affirmation, right? Now, no oath, no affirmation. And one of the easiest ways to spot it, go download that free PDF I got for you. And also there is a, I think is my first pinned video on my page on TikTok. That's the video that goes along with that downloadable. So not only did I make a video for you, I gave you the PDF. So go and watch the video and have the PDF. They go together. So with that being said, what did somebody say? Oh, I appreciate you guys joining the fan club. I thought there was a question over there. Good evening, Queen. How are you? Queen Mom Rini. I think that's who it is. I appreciate you being here. So right here, let's use black. Not giving the oath. And so this is generally going to be for when we see jurats, right? Required for jurats. That's kind of like a dead giveaway. And I'm not going to go too much into that. I already told y'all where to get those resources from. So go and get them. One of the easiest way that you can tell as a notary that if a document requires an oath or an affirmation is go to your notary block. This is not going to be the same across the board, but this is a very easy clue. Go to your notary certificate or your notarial block. whatever you want to call it. And if it begins with or has in there, what is it? Sworn and subscribed, or sworn and signed, sworn before me. If it has variations of those words, and I know every state's slightly different, so understand your own notarial blocks, notarial certificates, right? If it has that, that is going to be a cue to you that if somebody is swearing something, they need to do an oath or an affirmation, right? One quick tip for you guys, I would always recommend for your notary journals. Let me actually step off camera and grab one of my older ones. Give me a second. Yeah. So this is my very first one. It is well loved and well beat up, right? It got wet. I learned a lot with this first notary journal. If you do have a journal, I would highly recommend you do something like this. Make sure y'all can't see. Oh yeah, that's just the cover page. I would highly recommend you do something like this in your journal. I printed out Georgia's oath or affirmation, and I taped it to the inside of the cover of my journal. It took me saying this maybe about 20 times, and then I had to memorize. I did this when I first started, so a few of my journals have this in it. My current, last couple don't, because it's already up here, right? It's already up here. So this is my official Georgia oath. It can be found at your Secretary of State, in your handbook, whoever is the authority of your commission in your state, they provide that information for you, because everyone is a little bit different. Thank you. It was that Adrian says, or do you affirm, right? That's why I say oath, or is shorthand, but it's affirmation, right? Because a lot of times the oath, at least for us here in Georgia, and I think it's kind of similar across the board, when people are taking an oath, there is typically, it is typically tied to a higher power or like a religious being, right? So for Georgia, mine is, do you solemnly swear under the penalty of perjury that the information contained in this document is true and correct to the best of your knowledge, so help you God, right? Or if I'm doing the affirmation, it's almost the exact same. You just switch some words around. Do you solemnly swear, or do you solemnly affirm under the penalty of perjury that the information contained in this document is true and correct to the best of your knowledge? You see that? If they're swearing, so help you God. If they're affirming, there is no so help you God. I just end that you're under your knowledge, the best of your knowledge, right? So let me put this back on the shelf because I gotta stay organized. Give me a sec. Right. So again, the oath and the swearing is to a higher power, and the affirming is like to the power of yourself, right? You are affirming. You're not placing it upon someone, or something higher. So what else do we want to say about this? Required for jurats, and do not skip this. Whatever you do not skip this. Do not skip it. Because guess what? You can do everything correctly. You can verify a person's identity. You can make sure that they've initialed everywhere, that they've signed everywhere they're supposed to. But if you get to this part and you don't do it, please hear me. If you do not perform the oath or the affirmation or whatever your state calls it, sorry, I got the hiccups, that literally, and you pack up and leave, that invalidates the entire notarization. Some people are like, well, who would know? You're absolutely right. No one will know. No one would know except for you and that signer. I'm just being honest with you. But guess what? This is a perfect analogy that I heard earlier, and I'm going to use it constantly. Everyone speeds. Everyone, majority of us, speed or have sped in our lives while we're driving. Everyone speeds, but nobody wants to get caught. People skip this. And they're like, oh, it's fine until they get caught, right? Until they get caught. So that's one of the things. Don't skip it, perform it. Question. I am great. I am great, Queen. I am doing well. Y'all see me wincing a little bit. I think I'm getting a little migraine. So we probably won't go 2 hours tonight, but I'll get through the information and answer all y'all questions. I probably should need to drink more water. Let's do that. Cindy asks a good question. She says, can you do, I think that's, Cindy said that. Can you do an oath or an affirmation at the beginning of the signing that covers all docs? Let me say this. Do notaries do that? Has Ladero been guilty of doing that? Yes. I will not lie to you guys. I have been guilty of performing an oath at the very beginning and informing people that they will remain under oath during the entire signing, because I do estate planning, right? The entire signing ceremony. Yes, I have done that. But best practice to the T of the law is that we are supposed to perform the oath per document. That's what we're supposed to do. So please do what we're supposed to do. Don't slip up and do laziness, right? That's why I said I have to be honest with you guys. Have I done it? Yes, I have. Because I do not want you to think that I'm perfect, because I'm not. But by law, and to the letter of the law, we are supposed to perform the oath per document. Um, I know there's other notaries out there and coaches and trainers, and also a fellow trainer with me over in Notary Academy. She goes deeper into this, and she even says like she has a deeper understanding, and her state has a very specific thing about it. For the state of Georgia, they don't give us exacts. That's what I don't like about our statutes and our laws and our handbook. It's a lot of gray area for interpretation. So a lot of us do the bare minimum so we don't get in trouble, right? But as Kim taught me, as we were reviewing, because with Notary Academy, we have the monthly membership, and within that membership, you get what's called access to the inner circle. And in there, she just reviewed this last week, and I think she also hit on it this week, that she goes a step further. And she says, let's just say somebody's being put under oath for me, I'm just trying to think about what I do. It's a self-proving affidavit and maybe another document. I can't remember them right now because my head's kind of pounding. But let's just say that you're putting somebody under oath for, just make it super easy. They're selling a car, or they're transferring the rights to a car. Oh, deeds. Let's do that one. That's one easier because there's the deeds that here in Georgia I have to do oath for. So if somebody is doing a deed, like a quitclaim deed from their personal self over to their trust, that's what I see a lot of, right? That document does require an oath for us here in the state of Georgia, and also one witness. So with that being said, Kim, make sure that we're on top of everything. It would go something to the effect of, so this is where it comes into understanding the documents. We do not give legal advice, but if you understand the documents, it's easier for you to perform your role, right? So my role is to put that person under oath or affirmation. We're just gonna say we're gonna do. I combine them. I'm gonna be honest with you. So let's just say we're gonna do an oath. I would say, Mr. Jonathan Ingle Smith, because that's what's on the document. Whatever's on that document, that's what I say out of my mouth. Mr. Jonathan Ingle Smith, do you solemnly swear or affirm under the penalty of perjury that the information contained in this deed that is transferring the rights from you as an individual to you as a trustee is true and correct to the best of your knowledge? So help you God, if you want to put that in there, right? That is what Kim teaches us to do. That is doing it at the very utmost letter of the law. That's how we're supposed to do it, right? And so I will do things like that, especially if in the beginning I will let people know, hey, there are a few documents that require me to put you under oath. And I explain it from a notary standpoint. I tell people there will be the deed that requires me to put you under oath. There also is what's called the self-proving affidavit. I will pull that out because I don't know about you guys, but in the state of Georgia, sorry, I'm going off a little bit. No, I'm still on topic, right? In the state of Georgia, within my self-proving affidavit, like ours, not mine specifically, if I am not only putting the signers under oath, I am also putting the witnesses under oath. So please know what your laws for your state says, right? And so I've seen so many notaries skip this. So many notaries, so many attorneys skip this because it says right in the notarial block. I wish I do have one to read to you guys, but it's clear across the room over there, and I don't feel like pulling out that big old binder. But it says something to the effect of, sworn before me, the signer's name. Well, they'll have their name as individual trustee, whatever it is, and also sworn to before me, witness name number one as witness, or it'll say witness and second witness as witnesses for this estate plan, blah, 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 blah. Whatever it is, it's a dang on long paragraph. And if you take your time and actually read the paragraph and not just be a fill in the blank notary, you will see that 3 people in that case are supposed to go under oath before me. And so when it comes to that page, I will give that page to my witnesses and say, hey, you are free to read this. Please read this because I will be putting you under oath and I need you to understand what you're going under oath for. For us in Georgia, they're going under oath saying that, yes, they did appear or the signer appeared before us willingly. They are not being coerced or not being forced to sign these documents. And also the witnesses are, in addition, stating that they are there willingly. They're not being forced to be in there. They are there of their own free will, and they are over the age of 14. That's what mine says in Georgia, because in Georgia, you only need to be 14 or older to be a witness. Anyway, that was a lot longer explanation I want to share. So thank you for asking that question. But yes, you're supposed to do it per document. And it is best that you kind of let them know what they're taking the oath for, right? I don't always dive that deep, being honest with you. This is your self-proven affidavit. Please go ahead and read it. Wishes I need you to read it as well, because you will be stating that you are going under oath for these things that are listed here. And I go ahead and perform the oaths, right? Next, did I hit all the questions? Oh, I appreciate the hearts and the loves. Hey, Candy, how are you? How are you, my California friend? Next, we're going to be talking about incomplete certificates. That's as far as I can turn the camera. I think this other camera, yeah, you guys can still see kinda. Sorry, I should have pulled this a lot closer before. But the closer I pull it, the closer you guys see my big belly. So leave it alone, right? Leave my belly alone. So the next big problem I see, number 3, is going to be incomplete certificates. And this is just going to be, number 3. This one's not, I mean, it's bad, right? But I won't talk on it too long. But let's see. We have the venue, the date, and the name. Because if this is wrong, everything else is wrong. You invalidate your things, all right? We have the missing venue, date, and also the name, right? And I'm going to tell you guys why I wrote that and say because it depends on your state law, right? It depends on your state law. I believe that every notarial certificate or notarial block, I keep saying it wrong, notarial block should have these things. They should include these things, right? Because if not, how do you know what happened where? And I say that because there are states, believe it or not, that does not require you to have a venue. I said it yesterday. I don't like saying it because I think it confuses people. But listen to me. Those of us in Georgia, please make sure your stuff has a venue on it. But also, remember, I tell y'all facts, then I tell you my opinion. I did that one backwards. That was my opinion. But the legal facts for Georgia is that we don't have to have any of this in our notarial block. I don't know why you would do that. So that means that a signer can give you a piece of paper. My notes right here that I have right here. I can say, hey, I need these notes notarized. You don't need to know why I need notarized. I need it notarized. Okay, cool. I can legally notarize this in Georgia. So the signer will turn to the last page. Y'all can't see all of my notes. I got some special stuff for you. So let's just say the signer turns to the last page. They go ahead and sign it. As a Georgia notary, I can sign it as well. And then I can just go ahead and do this. That's it. That is legally acceptable in Georgia. I think it's the dumbest thing ever. That was a fact. And in my opinion, this is the dumbest thing ever. Because where did this take place? I don't know. 3 years from now, you're not going to remember. The signer probably won't remember. When was it notarized? It's impossible to verify the validity of what we did as a notary. Hear me out. Not the validity of the document. I'm looking at all the cameras. Not the validity of the document, but the validity of what we did as a notary. It's hard to do that if this is missing. And then if the person's name is not in a notarial block, who the heck did we notarize for? Right? Sam Smith appeared before us, but Sam signed as Sally. Sam is not Sally. And that we have that nowhere in here that we notarize a signature for Sally or Sam Smith. It's not in here, right? Anyway, so that's one of the things that I see a lot. That's an issue that can get us into a lot of trouble. Some of your states out there, this is required no matter what, period. I know California is very strict on this, and there's numerous other states, Texas, Florida, I believe you. Oh yes, definitely Florida, because I see a lot of you guys' stuff. Florida, your acknowledgement changed recently, I believe. So you guys have very strict laws. Georgia will provide us with what is best practice, but you can just do what I said and just take it in, and it's acceptable, which blows my mind. So anyway, with the venue, let's say that real quick. It's gonna be, let me add a switch back to a different color. We're gonna have the state, right? And then we're going to have your county or commonwealth. I'm just going to put CW or parish, right? And I think there's something else. I can't remember because I'm from Louisiana. We don't have counties. We have parishes. I know Virginia, you guys have like the commonwealth. I know that, right? And for most other states out there, we have the state and the county. So the question is on this. This is participation time. If you're in the chat, blow it up. When you're notarizing a document, what county goes there? I'll make it easier for you. Number one, if it's the county that you got commissioned in as a notary or the county you live in, put a number one in the chat. Or if it's the county where your feet are physically placed when you're doing a notarization, put a 2 in the chat. So is it 1 or 2? 1 or 2, right? Thank you. I see them coming in. On the way you're in. Dang, y'all lighting up real quick. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Yes, was it you, Cindy, that said it first? Yeah, Cindy. It was Cindy. Where signed? A lot of attorneys, because I do, like I told you guys at the beginning, I focus on working with attorneys. A lot of attorneys don't even know that. How do I know they don't know that? Because if they prepare the documents and send them over to me, their office where they are physically typing the documents is kind of the county, not kind of, is the county that they leave on the documents. And I have to go through about 20 notarial blocks and line through them and write in the correct county that we're appearing in. And then one of the attorneys finally asked, because I said, hey, just so you're aware, I have to correct a few things. She said, oh, it's totally fine. And then I think she finally got it because she kept seeing that same correction coming in over and over and over. And then she said, why are you drawing a line through that? I'm like, because we're supposed to, my notarial block is to be completed where we physically are, wherever I'm meeting the signer and we're signing. She had no idea. She's been an attorney for 15 years, had no idea. So technically, everything that she notarized or that has been notarized from her office has never been corrected if they were not in that same county is invalid. It is legally invalid, right? So please know that. And the date, best practice, I always do this. I guess I didn't do best practice on any of these things, but I'm going to show it now since I just thought about it. Best practice for dates. Can you do all digits? You absolutely can. So what's today? The 21st. So if you did this, 04/21/2026, is that acceptable? It is. It can be, right? Uh-oh. Hold on. What happened? I just lost all of you guys' questions. There you go. They all went away. Someone said that I'm lagging. You were freezing. Am I back now? Because my whole TikTok just went away. Like it closed down on my computer and everything. Am I back? Yes. Okay, good. Okay, I'm back. If you're streaming a movie, can you wait till I'm done? Oh, well, get off YouTube. Get out. Dogs, get out. Cool. I love you, but not right now. I don't know. We've been having internet issues. It's been driving me nuts. So where's the date? So if you're doing the date 04/21/2026, is that acceptable? It is. It can be. One of the things that I like to do in best practices is that I like to write out my date, and it is going to be a little bit longer. So it will be the 21st day of April. I know it's little, 2026. That's how I prefer to do my date because there's no questions. Because I do apostilles, and so things will go out of the country. The 21 is not a month, but in other countries, just for example purposes, if we did have a 21st month, if y'all can see that, this would be the 4th day of the 21st month of 2026. So I always prefer to write it all the way out if the line is long enough. If it's not, I will just go back to my traditional way of writing it. April 21st, 2026. And if I can't squeeze all that in there, then I will just shorten it to be 26, right? I like to write stuff all the way out for best practice. And if I do it this route, this is something that one of my notary buddies, if I have the space, because again, the notarial block is ours, right? Just keep it neat. If I have the space, one of my notary buddies and also fellow advisors for Notary Academy said also do this, right? So put both versions there. So that is a little bit extra work, but it's best practices, right? Hey, Michael, how are you? Speaking of Michael, did my notary buddy connect with you? My other notary buddy. Everybody's a notary buddy. I have a notary buddy that is in, I don't remember where she was. I think I told you, Michael, Indiana, Illinois, something like that. She needs an apostille courier out in California. And I was like, call Michael. Here's his number. Call him, text him, get him on the line, and drop those documents in the mail ASAP. I got hiccups. What was this? Children gotta love them. Oh, the dogs, right? My doggos. I love my babies. She did like immediately. Good. I'm glad she reached out to you. So you guys, if I know who you are and I know where you are, I'm all about passing on connections, right? Because we cannot do this alone. We cannot do this alone. You can try. It's going to be difficult. You're going to dislike your life and you're going to end up quitting. Do not do this alone. I call on so many of my notary buddies. I'm like, hey, just yesterday, I think I spent like 6 hours. Was it yesterday or the day? Where are we? Friday. I spent like a total of 6 hours on the phone talking to different notary buddies because I was trying to put some things together, figure some things out, get guidance. Yes, I still ask for guidance on certain things, right? And also to send business out. So it was one of those things. So I must be sick or somebody then passed away if I go a week without talking to my notary buddies, right? So we're cooperation, not competition. Cooperation, because we cooperate and work with each other, right? And then incomplete certificates, name, whatever, that's fine. Y'all know how to put names in. Like I said, I put the name that's on their driver's license because that's what I was able to verify. I'm sorry if it caused an issue because in the documents, you're listed as Kevin Tom Smith. But on your driver's license, you're Kevin Tom Smith Jr. I'm putting Kevin Tom Smith Jr. in that notarial block because that's what I was able to verify. That's what I'm putting in there. That's part of the reason. I've never had any kickback, but I know that can cause some issues. I'm doing what I have to do correctly, right? Good. Okay, perfect. Let's keep on moving. Oh, now y'all get to see me squat and run out of breath. Okay. Are we back over here? There we go. Fixing it later. I'll be quick on this one because this is one. No, I probably won't be quick on this one. This is one that I see a lot happen as well. Let's just say you get through all this. You did all of these things right. You got the proper ID. You did administer the oath. You did complete your certificate, but you get home, you scan the documents, or you scan the documents and leave the signer. And if you're sending them to a third party, they verify them and say, oh my gosh, hey, you missed this in your notarial certificate. Can you fix it and send it to us? Or worst case scenario, I covered this a couple weeks ago. They send you a blank certificate and say, hey, fill this out and send it back to us. Abso-freaking-lutely not. That is illegal. I know some of you may not know that, but that is 100% illegal. And this is part of the reason why all of our states, look at my beautiful map of Georgia, of my county that I live in. All of our states, oh, y'all can even see it anyway. All of our states have something similar to this. I simplify and call it the power of 5. This is like, it tells us how to perform a notarial act, however you want to say it. It tells us how to perform a notarial act. For me, I call it power of 5. Personal appearance is 1, whether there's in person, belly to belly, or virtually on camera, right? You got to verify that person's identity. We kind of talked about that already. The client acknowledges, understands, and acknowledges and willingly signs. Then we complete our notarial block, and then we sign and put our stamp on there, right? This is called my power of 5. This is what I call it to simplify it for it. Yes, there's to simplify it for us. Yes, there's some additional steps within here, right? You got to know what personal appearance means for your state. You got to know what's acceptable ID. We already covered that. So there's more on here, but this is a simplified version. So now that you see a simplified version of what we have to do to complete a notarial act, right? How is fixing a notarial certificate later legal? Because you're at home, you're at dinner, heck, you're in the bathtub, and you get a message, you check your phone, and they say, hey, this notarial certificate is not correct. Can you please correct it before you drop the docs? So many of us, well, they're all included because I told y'all I didn't know everything in the beginning. So I'll never lie to you and say I didn't make these mistakes. That's what I'm talking about, because I made all of these mistakes. So they need us to fix it before we drop it. So what does that mean that we should do? It's a pain in the ass, but we should go back to, oh, sorry, this other camera, y'all probably can't even see that well. There we go. We should go back to the signer, sit in front of them, do the verification again, just to stay in alignment with the law, and then fix that one thing on our notarial certificate. That can be as simple as, let's say it's the 21st, but we wrote the 22nd. Some people just like, don't be stupid, Ladero. Just take a pen, strike through it. Like if I wrote the 20, if I wrote 04/22 instead of, that's my mom's birthday, 26, and it's the 21st, they're like, oh, then just like strike through that, put 21, and then initial next to it, right? Or underneath or whatever you're going to do it, or draw through the whole thing and rewrite it. Is that a valid fix? For me in Georgia, doing that is a valid fix. But doing it outside the presence of the signer is illegal. And that's illegal for everybody as well. We do it. I have seen people do it. I have seen people get a blank certificate, fill it out, and send it in separately because they already mailed the documents back. Just please be aware that you cannot do that. That is illegal. Because guess what? Especially if you fill out a blank certificate, I have been asked to leave the certificate blank, just sign it and stamp it and send it in. I'm like, oh, hell no. I don't know what you're attaching that to. Because guess what? No one, and you guys will hear this as a reoccurring theme within Notary Academy. No one cares about your commission. I care. I really do. But the true facts is no one cares about your commission. Because think about it. If you are one of my notary buddies, you're in California, a person here, let me say Florida, because I don't want to pick on Georgia. I'll pick on Florida. Let's say somebody in Florida, company or otherwise, sends you documents and say, hey, I need you to execute these documents. I picked California, and I don't even know if this is true for you guys' law. But because I know in Florida, the notary can also be the witness, right? I don't know if you can in California. Michael, bail me out. Can you guys be a witness in California? As long as you're not notarizing your own signature, I don't know. Every state has different rules. Some states you can, as long as you are not notarizing your, oh my gosh, all my posters are falling off the wall. California, no, thank you. Who was that? Forever Amazed, thank you. So we'll stick with that example. So Florida sends some documents to California and say, hey, California notary, I need you to execute these documents. There is a spot on there that requires a witness. You can be a witness. Why would Florida say that? Because in Florida, they can do that. California, you cannot. Georgia, we cannot. Tennessee, I don't believe you can either. Carolinas, I don't know. Y'all a mess out there. I have no idea, right? I just know kind of about the states that are around me, but like I said, y'all a mess. I have no idea. Georgia's a mess too, but I know Georgia's a mess, right? So California can't do it, and so they're going to push you in Florida to do that. Because why? They're going to have to pay you an extra fee to bring another notary, witness, or find a witness, right? They're going to have to send out a request just for a witness. They don't want to do that, so they're going to push you to break the law. And so I've seen that a lot of times, and a lot of it comes from, hey, just fix it. Just fix it. Oh, we've been going for an hour. So it's third time. Oh, no. Hold on. TikTok about to kick me off because my fingers are too fat. Boop. There we go. We're good. Anyway, let me get back on topic. So if you leave with errors, Let's say we're going to do black just so we can see different colors. Fixing it later is you leaving with errors. Leaving with errors. You can't fix it later. What was the other thing? Same thing. Corrections after the fact. We can't do those. Those are stuff that we cannot do. So yeah, you got to go back and fix it in front of the signer. I'm just letting you know real quick. Now let's keep on going because then I'll just wrap this up and answer any questions that are there because my throat's starting to get hoarse. I really think, real quick side story, I don't like sharing stuff like this because anybody can be watching these, and even the persons whose house I went to today. I operate in the real estate space, right? Not as a notary, but business before. I operate in the real estate space. I am an investor, even though I haven't invested in real estate in a couple years. I have seen some real bad homes. I have purchased some hoarder homes. I have helped remodel and clean out some hoarder homes. Today was a hoarder home. And I think going up in there, being unprepared, stuff got in my throat. And so I've been like, all day. But also, I'm pretty dramatic. So it could just be in my head. But I'm pretty sure something from that house got in my throat because I came out of there peeling off layers. And so as soon as I got home, I'm like, right? That's one of the things. Weird notaries, we serve the public. And sometimes the public can be very interesting. So that's why I got to hurry up and get up off here because I think something got in my throat. Something floating around that house. Oh, man. So what was the last thing? Oh, the last thing is missing or poor seals, right? So this one's pretty self-explanatory, but let's write it down. So if you have a smudged seal, smudged, smeared, faint, or if it's 100% missing, 100% missing 100, there we go. If it's, that looks like 100 over 0. That says 100%. That does not say 100%, does it? Hold on. 100%. There we go. That says 100%. So if I've seen this as well, I've had quite a few new notaries because this is one of the things that I do with my notary buddies. I was like, hey, when you're notarizing stuff, especially if I send you out to notarize something, like because I can't go, I'm like, hey, just send me a quick picture of the document so you have questions on it. My spouse is already even programmed to do this. As soon as he completes a signing, or not a signing, I say a signing because I'm in the world of estate planning, and so it's called a signing ceremony. But I know when I say signing for you guys, that means like loan signing, right? We don't do that here in my firm, in my practice. We don't do that. But anyway, even whenever he notarizes something, he snaps a quick picture and sends it to me. I look at it, I verify it, and I said, hey, before you leave, correct this. Or hey, 9 times out of 10, I'm like, we're good. We're good to go. Go ahead and leave, right? Leave the documents with the clients or bring them back to me if I'm going to be packaging them and send them to the next location. So I have seen smudges. Faint is mostly the more common one. Look, I have a pad right here. So with my notary seal, this little ink pad in the middle, let me turn to the side so you guys can see me pushing it out. This little ink pad, I appreciate that. I got, what is that? I got a little finger hearts. Thank you. I'm calling it finger hearts. I don't know what that means. But there's this little ink pad right here. So when our stamp tends to get a little faint, try not to get ink all over my hands because I do this every night. It's easier for me to take out the rectangle one. Hold on. That one's a lot easier because I just pull it forward. So there's a little ink cartridge right here. There we go. And a lot of times when our stamp is starting to get faint, it's because this is drying out, right? You have the option to either buy like the little ink droplets and just like a little eyedropper and fill this back up and then slide it back in, or you can just replace this whole cartridge. I just replaced the entire cartridge. Yes, I know it's cheaper to do it the other way. I don't want to spill ink all over myself or my stuff. And so I just spend the $10 to get this replaced. And I think in the 4 years of using this orange stamp, I think I've had to replace it once or twice. But at the same time, to be honest, I do have multiple seals, right? I have a circular one, I have the rectangular one, I also have a mini blue one, and I also have my embosser. It's legal for me to have that many in Georgia. We have no cap. There's some states that says you can have either or can only have this. Not all the things. In Georgia, I can have all the things. And yes, I do use all the things depending on the situation. I use a rectangle one most of the time, 90% of the time. I use a circle one, a circular one when there's not enough space for the rectangular one, right? You see how much more this orange hangs over? So when I have limited space, I will use this one. But if I have zero space, I use my mini stamp, right? That one's a lot smaller. And then I use my embosser and gold seal upon request because some people like it. But also I do have attorney clients that is their gold standard. So I will use my gold seals on all of their documents. I think we're good on this. Let me just check my notes. Everyone speeds. Already talked about that. That was a note for me. Please remember to send this email. Okay, I will do that. See, I write notes everywhere. That's why I be falling apart sometimes. But anyway, with that being said, let's see what questions we got. What are the comments y'all got over here? I appreciate the hearts. Who is that? Queen Mom? Thank you, Queen Mom Rini. I appreciate the hearts and a little finger hearts. Is that a friendship necklace? Oh, hey, friend. I appreciate that. Let me scroll up a little bit. Okay, she did call you. Oh, Cindy. I missed it. Cindy, let me see. What'd you say? If it's not attached to anything on the notary page, I make them corrected before signing. Good to know. Good to know. As long as you're not notarizing your own signature. Thank you, Michael. I knew it was something weird like that for California. Candy thinks I'm hilarious. Thank you. I'm just being me. Okay. I'm just checking the other one. I think we're good over there. I got all questions. All right. Oh, hold on. Don't scroll away from my live. What are you doing? All right, you guys, we are wrapping it up towards end. Do you guys have any questions? Anything like that? Let me know. I love being here. I love sharing with you guys. I love answering questions. So you got a minute or you got a couple minutes. What time we at? Oh, we did hit the hour mark on TikTok, right? But I got to show y'all something real quick. I do this every time. So if you are a notary in the state of Georgia and you're close, like you're within the Atlanta metros, I know some of y'all, it may be a little bit further, but if you want to come, I would happily have you. We are having a live in-person meetup in the state of Georgia. It is going to be on the 26th of April, which is the last Sunday of the month, which is actually coming up pretty quickly here. Let me check my calendar. We're at the 21st already. Holy crap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 5 more days. 5 more days. So this Sunday, let's say that. This Sunday, we are having a meetup in the state of Georgia. So if you are interested in attending, I was trying to be quick and get this, but I'm so slow. I was trying to get this pulled up. Give me a second. There we go. Come on. Anyway, we have a meetup. Let me tell you what we're going to be covering. So on the 26th, it's going to be from 12 to 4, 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. It is going to be in Decatur. So if that's far for you, I get it. Glow, you're going to be there. Perfect. I'm so excited. Please come up to me and introduce yourself and say, hey, this is my first and last name. I see so many names within my notary business, within my notary practice, if you will. I see so many names. Then I see so many names on here. So if I get confused, don't get mad at me, please. Like, just let me know what your name is. I still misspell my spouse's name sometimes. We've been together for many, many, many years, and I still misspell it sometimes. I struggle with names. That is my weakness. Names, and sometimes I'm getting better at faces, though. I'm getting better at faces. But anyway, I'm trying to pull this up and it's taking forever. There we go. If y'all on TikTok, there is a link in my bio. So tippy taps right here. There it is right there on my profile. Face, on my logo, whatever it's called, is going to pop up at the bottom of the screen. Tap that face again. You'll get to this. This looks familiar, right? This looks familiar. We're going to hit the link that's there. So go ahead and hit it. Come on. Are we frozen? Oh, there it is. I was just pushing the wrong space. Anyway, a white page is going to come up with a red button at the bottom. Go ahead and click that. There it is. I'm so impatient. I'm like trying to skip it. I have no idea what's going on right now. Anyway, there we go. Once that comes up, go to this page. This is the page that'll get you on. It'll be the same thing for you guys over here on this camera. Right here at the very top, that's going to be our notary meetup. The tickets right now are still at $35. I was trying to change it. The host is like, nope, we're just going to have it be $50 at the door instead. So I did all that work and it's still $35. So I guess that's a win for you guys, right? Instead of going up to be $40. But I keep forgetting to say this. If you are already a member of Inner Circle, if you are a member of the Inner Circle where Ladero Wharf, that's me, is your notary coach and mentor, please let me know before buying your ticket, or if you already purchased your ticket, let me know so I can give you an extra refund. So I, for my Inner Circle members, the ticket price is only $30. It's not $35, it's not $50, or it's not $45. And if y'all are going, please use the link that's here. I don't get any special treatment or kickbacks from this link. I just know that because of marketing, there are other links out there where the price may be different. I'm just letting you know, because that's how marketing works, because it depends on that platform. We have to raise the price to cover the transaction fee. This is the cheapest. Oh, I shouldn't say cheap because I don't like that word. This is the most savings you're going to get if you go through this link, right? So it will be $35 still. If you're an Inner Circle member, it is $30 because we give you guys discounts on anything that I'm involved with that I host. I'm part of the hosting team, right? So speaking of Inner Circle, if you scroll down, there's some stuff on here, so please bear with me. There's stuff on here that you guys want. Let me turn this light off. I forget every night. There we go. What happens if I actually turn this light off too? Ooh, that's way too dark. I would not be seen. All right, so let's go back over here. So on this screen right here, if you scroll down, we do have the notary training and mentorship. This is nationwide. So if you guys want to join it, if you want more guidance, if you like kind of the stuff that I go over, I promise it is far more structured in there. I just like to have fun. And at the end of the night, I can do that, right? So I'm still fun in there too, I promise. But we have the Inner Circle that you can join. And also next to it, we have a calendar of what we did for April. I need to actually go ahead and release next month's calendar because we're almost at the end of the month. So over in the Inner Circle, real quick, bear with me. Let me tell you what you get. In the Inner Circle, you get access to our entire advisor team. There is 7 of us in 7 different states, and we also have, but there's 8 advisors total, right? Because we have one person that specializes in marketing, and so she is a member of the team as well. She actually keeps us all together. Without Audra, we'd all fall apart. I'm just being honest with you. So within that, you get access to all of us. You also get access to self-paced courses, Notary Foundations, because we don't do basics. We ain't nothing basic about us. We give you a strong foundation. We need you to watch your training. It is self-paced, but watch it and implement it. You also get business training, like on business foundations and things like that as well. You get time management. You get, like I said, you get discounts to other things that we do. We also have, I'm trying to do it from memory because I have a really cool picture to show you guys, but I'm not at my desktop. The other thing that's really cool is this one right here. Within the Inner Circle, you get, if I open this, y'all can't see it anyway because it's so small, but it is a calendar of events. Watch how small it's going to be. Y'all see how small that is? It is a calendar of events for April. I'll show both cameras. Do you see that? This is empty over here because it's Sunday. We don't work on Sundays. I don't work on Sundays. And for the other camera, you see how little it is? But anyway, Monday through Friday, we have something for you to plug into. I know that sounds overwhelming, right? I know that probably sounds overwhelming, but guess what? They're tiny, bite-sized pieces. Hey, who is that from Jonesboro? How's it going? And Trisha, where do I get this? Trisha, are you talking about the Inner Circle? This is a link in my bio. The link in my bio, if you're on TikTok. Click on my little face up there, tippy tap that. It's going to pop up at the bottom, tippy tap it again. And then there's a link in my bio and it gets you to the last page I was just looking at. That's how you get there. But I just want to say this real quick for you guys as well. Monday through Friday, we have something for you. Mondays, we go over loan signings. These are bite-sized 30-minute live sessions. So if you have questions, come and ask them, right? Come and ask them. On Tuesdays, we go over notary foundations. So we want to make sure you have a stronger foundation. Yes, we have a pre-recorded class, but also on Tuesdays, this is a live session. They're only 30 minutes. So we give you like 15, 20 minutes of content, things that we're seeing, things that you guys have asked for training on, right? That's outside of the longer course. And then we give you an opportunity, 10, 15 minutes to ask questions. And then on Wednesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays, we have 2 sessions. So the first session every day starts at 12 p.m. Pacific, which is 3 p.m. Eastern. So figure it out in between there, Arizona. I believe Arizona is on I don't know what time y'all are around now. Mountain time? I have no idea. So figure it out for Arizona. Y'all confuse me. I know the rest of the world confuses you guys, right? Because we observe the time change. But as I was saying, on Wednesdays, we have compliance and fraud prevention at the very early session. And then at the later session, we have what we're calling like a pro series or a professional series. So that's going to be one of our advisors. You will see me a lot on those days, on Wednesdays and Thursdays throughout the month. Not every single one because your boy got lots to do. But you will see an advisor come on, and then they will train specifically on what they specialize in. I told you in the beginning, I specialize in estate planning and building a business with attorneys and also apostille facilitation. That's all I do. So that's what I'll be teaching you guys about. And if I have to focus solely on that, it allows me to go deeper than I normally can if I have to teach you the entire business, right? That's why there's 8 of us, because we can break it up and then dive deep on what we specialize in. So that's going to be Wednesday evenings pro series. And then on Thursdays is all about marketing for the early session. We talk about marketing. We call it the visibility corner. How do you become visible in your little corner of the earth, right? We're not talking about signing up for a bunch of loan signing services. No, we're talking about how do you become the #1 notary in your area, whether that's your neighborhood, whether that's your city, whether that's your county. That's what we cover, because we've all learned that that's where sustainable, repeatable business comes from, locally, not so much nationally at this phase, right? And so many people skip that and start trying to get national business, meaning you're relying upon a signing service that's located 17 states away to send you business. Why don't you just go ahead and get the business directly yourself? We teach you how to do that. That's why we do foundation stuff first. Then we teach you into that, right? And then also the evening sessions, we do another spotlight or another pro series, depending on which advisor wants to come up and do a deep dive training. Also on Thursday, that's where you guys will see outside people come in and train. For example, like I'm just speaking this into existence. I'm sorry, Audra and Kim, if I'm making more work for the team. But like, if you guys want to know about what are these platforms, not platforms, like what are these services that we use for like Notary Gadget and things like that? I don't use them, but I know a lot of you guys do. We can bring those people in, like the owners of those companies, to come in. It may not be Notary Gadget specifically, but I'm saying things like that, to come in and talk to the group, right? Y'all need to know more about E&O insurance. We can talk about it, but why not get an insurance agent to come in and talk about it for 30 minutes and give you the best guidance on it? That's what we're going to be doing for some of those evening sessions. And then real quick, oh my gosh, my throat is out of air. On Friday, we do what I call it a big party. We have It's Finally Friday. That's open to every notary across the country. The link is in my bio as well. If you scroll down just a little bit, it is literally right there. The next one. This is one of those things. You do not have to be a member. Oh, sorry. Membership is $37 for most people, but then there's $47 for those of us, for those that will sign up for Inner Circle Plus. Inner Circle Plus is only offered in 7 states right now. Let me tell you why. It's because those 7 states are where I have an advisor, right? I am Georgia advisor. So if you join this and you're in Georgia, you're going to be paying $47 because you get everything I just talked about plus me dedicated to you. Right? You get me dedicated to be your specific Georgia advisor and mentor. Also, we have a vault, hear me out, with about, I counted the hours and now I forgot them, about 100 plus hours of Georgia specific notary training. We also have the same thing for Arizona, California, Colorado, Massachusetts, Texas, and Washington. So for those states, it is a little bit more because we bump you up to what's called the Inner Circle Plus, because you get all of the foundational things that I just talked about, all of the live courses, all of that, plus you get specific training for your state. Why? Again, that's because that's where we are as advisors. We're each located in a different state. So we took all the knowledge for that state and we put it in a lot of hours of training for you. You don't have to watch everything. We have it very organized. It's like, start here. This is step 2. This is step 3. Okay, you got the basics down. Let's start building upon what you learned, right? So I don't want to keep talking too much on that because my voice is getting ready to go out. And the last thing, like I said, if you scroll down, it's finally Friday. It's here. This is open to everyone. Try before you buy. Don't think you don't know if you want to spend $47 or $37. Come hang out with us on Friday. It's absolutely free. Like it's free. Just come hang out. You'll see our system. We celebrate notaries. We talk about wins. We do micro trainings. We answer questions. We send you back out there. We may have you make a plan. You don't have to participate, but those who participate actually do some really cool things. We have you set goals and make a plan for the following week. We come back and we talk about those goals. That's what Friday's for, and it's open to every notary or aspiring notary in the country. And I'm almost done. This part be driving me because I have so much on here that I have to tell you all about. I'm going to take a lot of this off because I can't keep doing this. After that, there's free resources. Shit. I'm tired. There are free resources. I put stuff together for you guys, things that I think you should know, and it's right there. There's always going to be 4 of them. I do rotate them out with other things. So if you see it, go ahead and grab it because it's not always going to be the same. This last week, I have been slacking because I had a lot of appointments. I have a lot of trainings that I've been preparing for, and also the meetup that's happening on the 26th, which is this upcoming Sunday. I'm in charge of putting all of the training for that day together for you guys. That's 4 hours of training. And so everybody's sending me in what they want to talk about because we have 3 speakers, and I am organizing it in the best possible flow to make sense. It's a lot of stuff going on. I think I grew 3 new gray hairs in my eyebrows today just from setting that up. That means it's going to be real good, right? And then if you scroll down, there's more stuff. I ain't got time to go into it. There's a lot more stuff. But anyway, my throat hurts. Let me answer these last minute questions and I'm about to go. Y'all know my process. I'm about to go get on that couch and cuddle with my little dog that I showed you earlier before I go to bed, because that's our nightly process. Who is this? Danny says she'll be there. I love it. Gloria gonna be there from Ken. Oh, that's you. Gloria, I had no idea that was you. Glow? Karen, you ain't gotta introduce yourself to me. As soon as you start talking, I'm like, that's Gloria. I know your voice. I remember voices better than I remember names and faces. Isn't that crazy? I can remember the sound that people make, and that's like one of my superpowers. But then my like kryptonite is trying to remember people's name. Let's see. I'm glad. Love your content. I appreciate you. Thank you, Cindy. Is this training for people who are already notaries or people who are looking to become notaries? Queen, sorry, I just saw that. Which one? Inner Circle. Okay, gotcha. Inner Circle is for everybody. And I'm not just saying that because, look, this is the thing. I'm going to tell you, if you join Inner Circle and you don't do anything, I'm going to refund you your money until you, like, maybe come back 2 months, because it's not about the money for me or for any of the advisors, right? We make our money from actually doing the work. We go out and all of our advisors are current notaries. And I say that because I don't like slinging mud at people, but there's a lot of trainers out here that haven't notarized documents in 2 years. The cool thing about it, we are notary publics. So our notaries public. We are notaries. Public is in our title. That information is public. You can literally go look them up and see when their last commission expired. I was blown away when I saw some of the trainers that I've taken courses from. They haven't been a notary for 4+ years. And I was like, holy crap. And you teaching me how to do this? You're not even in these streets. Anyway, that's a long story. So yes, the training is for everybody, whether you're barely starting out, you already a notary. We have people in the Inner Circle that have been notaries for 20 years already, and they learn something new every month. I've been doing this for a while. I also was an escrow assistant. I worked that title. I learned more because let me tell you this. I was a student of the Inner Circle first before I became the advisor. I was a student for over a year. Then I became an advisor, right? Because the opportunity opened up and I said, I would love to. Even though I've been doing this for a while, I still learned some things. I learned a lot of things, actually. Anyway, so yeah, if you're brand new, just let us know. That is where you are. And then any of the advisors, even If you're in one of those states that I listed and you have your own assigned advisor, any of us will still help you because you may like a different advisor's energy, but we will always defer you to your specific state advisor if you have one. We'll refer you to them to give you extreme guidance on what you can and cannot do. Or if not, then I have to look up your notary laws, and I'm like, like, why do that when Michelle's in Texas? She can just tell you. It's going to take me 3 days to find the answer, right? But that does not mean, let's just say, for example, if you like Dana's personality better, Dana can work with you on building your business, right? Michelle is still your Texas advisor if you're in Texas. I'm just using Texas, right? And so that's what I like about the inner circle now, because we were separated. Like if you were in Georgia, you only got to hear from me. But now that we all come together, you get to hear from 7 other business owners who have built their businesses differently. The inside thing was that I got the benefit of that. I can ask the team anytime I'm like, hey, I'm trying to figure this out in my business. I'm stuck. What do I do? And I can get 7 different answers and choose the one that I align the most with and then hop on a phone call with them. I had that opportunity. We just opened it up for all of you. It's a lot more work for us. Trust me. And the only thing that we did was raise the price by $5. So to be for real with you, that additional $5 does not compensate us, but we're all on the same mission to help you win. So it doesn't matter if you're a new notary, you've been doing this for a long time, or you're not even notary yet. We all have someone that will help you win. Anyway, how do I get trained to become a notary? I just answered that for you. Georgia Peach Notary, how are you? It's been a minute. I think we've talked before, right? You're from Henry County. Miss T, CCS Notary says, the free resources are incredible. Made me want to be in the inner circle. Oh, thank you. Thank you for saying that, Miss T. Yes, those free resources, just because, don't let them fool you, y'all. And I know people say this to stroke their ego and make themselves sound good or feel good. When I give free resources, I build them to sell them at $27. That's just my personal thing. And I don't take that money lightly. I really don't. I build it as if I'm going to charge you $27 and I give it to you for free. Because if I go into it saying, oh, this is just a free resource that I'm going to build, it's not my personality to make it less, but so many people do that. I'm like, no, I'm charging $27, $27 for this, and then I make it free. Because building something that's worth $27 means a lot more. Anyway, with that being said, there is a link that I didn't talk about on that linked page, and it's just a link for y'all over. Oh, hey, who is that? How's it going? The girl that hustles and Natural Jessie. See, I didn't see y'all over here on the tubes. How are you guys? There's a link. If you just joined the chat over on the tubes, I'll drop it again. There is a link. Go ahead and click on that link and go check out the stuff that I got for you. That's where all the free resources are. That's how you join the inner circle. That's how you sign up to do or to attend the Sundays meetup. And if y'all scroll all the way to the bottom, so there's 3 buttons at the bottom. The first one, so the third one from the bottom, click that, and there's way more unbelievable free resources. I'm for real going to remove that link, probably not until the end of the month, just because that requires me to let you into a community that's also $0.99, right? And it just takes a lot of work for me to run that. And I just feel like I'm doing you guys a disservice because I'm not there as much as I want to be. But once you're in the community, you have access to all the free resources that I've ever put out. I'm not going to shut the community down. I'm just not going to be putting more people in there because it takes me like an hour to get all of y'all in there and give you permission to see everything. It is very time consuming, right? And I'd rather do this instead. I'm being honest. So anyway, with that being said, because some people are saying like those free resources are absolutely the best. And I'm telling y'all real quick, go and grab it, go and join. If you don't join Inner Circle, which I would love you to do, right? If you don't come to the meetup, which I would love you to do, at least go and get those free resources. Like scroll to the bottom up. Yeah, there's 4 on there that you see, get those. But then scroll to the bottom. It says join a Notary Buddy community. Click on that. Give me a couple days to put you in. And then as soon as you get in there, there's a tab at the very top that says Learning tab. There is a course that I built to sell for $197. That's an apostille course. Guess how much it costs? The first person that can tell me how much it costs in that community, you win. I don't know what you win, but you win. How much? Guess how much it costs? I built it to be sold at $197. Just guess. Guess how much I'm charging you for it. There you go. Some of our notary buddies already said it. Danny said it. It's free. Gloria said it. It's free. Life Insurance Notary says it's free. Monica said $1. Nope. Monica, it's free. It's 100% free because I need y'all to win. I need you to win. I make zero money if you go take that apostille course and hell, blow it up. Go. I probably shouldn't say that on the socials. I'm sorry, y'all. Oh, I'm sorry. Go do big things in your business with that course, right? I've had people take it. They're like, oh my gosh, this is better than one of those paid courses that I paid for. And within weeks, they picked up their first apostille. They called me. I answered some questions for them, put them on the right path, and they went and did it. I don't know if y'all know, but it just depends on your market and in your business. I see people charge as low as $125 per apostille. I see people charging as high as, well, it's still higher than this, but I see people charge $197 for the first one and $75 for each additional one. And a lot of times people are generally getting 2 done. So you can make, what is that math? Even on the low end, 125 plus 75, that's 200. And on the higher end, 195 plus 75, let's just call that 260, 265, whatever the math is. If you can make that from a free course, why not? There is no catch. I don't ask you for anything. Just go join the community. You just got to be patient with me so I can put you in there. And then you go get the free courses. And there's like 5-6 other free courses in there that are meant to be sold for like $197. But anyway, with that being said, y'all, I really got to go this time. I need to go get my behind on that couch. Any last questions? Some comments. I think I did join the Notary Circle last week. Miss T, give me a minute. I probably didn't let you in. Did I? Did I let you in? Give me some more minutes. Do you have a free notary calculator there? I sure do. Life insurance. I do have a free notary calculator there. That free notary calculator does come with I'm so sorry. I apologize right now. It comes with a 2-hour course. Because I don't only walk you through how to use the calculator, I walk you through the logic behind the calculator. 2 different things. Because using it is just punching in numbers. It's built in Docs, like Google Docs, so anybody can access it. So you don't have to download an app or anything like that. It's in Google Docs. It's there. You can just punch the information in because it's very self-explanatory. But it also has a free 2-hour course that teaches you why we price a certain way, how to understand pricing for your market, how to do your numbers. Because I cannot tell you what to price. Not because I'm being a jerk or anything. It's just because what if you have 7 kids at home? I have 2 dogs and a bearded dragon and a spouse. My expenses look different than yours with 7 kids. So I cannot tell you, but I can teach you the concept, right? And then people make it harder than what it is. Put a price out there. If 5 people pay that price, then hell, that's your price. Raise it. And if you have 5 people that say no out of 6 people, then you probably should lower your price. It ain't that complicated. It really isn't, right? But you also need to know the background of how to do that. So that free 2-hour course teaches you all of that. Oh my gosh, I'm still frozen on Notary Buddy. Can't ask them. Does Inner Circle have similar resources? Miss T, the Inner Circle, no. And this is why before I was an advisor for the Inner Circle, I had that community and I was building everything over there, but it was very limited because my goal was to give everything for free. So I only recorded courses when I had the time. Whereas Notary Academy, the Inner Circle with Notary Academy, I'm not saying that those resources won't go over there eventually. I just don't think it's fair for my paying members to have to pay for something that everybody else gets for free. So if anything, I will redo all of that. I want to say dive even deeper, but I don't know how much deeper I can dive. The free calculator course is 2 hours. Just because I make it longer doesn't make it more valuable, right? So I have to figure that out, right? Because does that make sense. I just want it to be fair for everyone. Um, but in the inner circle, the biggest difference is you get almost unlimited access to me unless I'm sleeping or in an appointment. That's the difference. Over in the free notary community, you probably will see me once a month, if that. Other people are literally running the community. They talking as if they built it and owned it. I'm like, do you, boo? Because I ain't got time. So does that help? Does that make sense? Um, I will build something similar for the inner circle, but just not at this moment. Hey, sorry, can you repeat the course? What course? Uh-oh, hold on. Am I getting a phone call? Nope. There, turn my music back on. Which course? Peanut, which course? Yes. Where is the course? In the bio. Yes, there you go, Peanut. So if you click on the link in my bio because you are on TikTok, there, once you get there, there's a page with a bunch of links on it. Go to the very bottom. It's the third button from the bottom, or the first one of those three long buttons. It says Free Notary Buddy Community. I don't like talking about it. I'm going to be honest with you, not because I want to hide stuff from you guys. It's just like I said, it's a lot of work for me to run that community. And I don't have anyone to help me with it. So you're very welcome. So that being said, oh, Peanut, you got a cute dog as a logo. Let me look at that dog. Y'all see, I'm all about dogs at this moment because sometimes mine drives me nuts. Oh my gosh, what kind of dog is that? It's a Chihuahua mix. Look at that. Sorry, y'all. I got distracted by cute dogs. Okay, now I'm about to go hang out with my dogs. So I appreciate you guys being here. Have an amazing night. And I need to remember to close like this because I used to do it all the time and I miss it. So my notary buddies, please listen to the sound of my voice. I need you guys to do me a favor. I need you guys to always stay safe out there. No matter what you do, stay safe out there. Remember to always be kind and remember that you got this. And with that, y'all, I'm gone for the night. I will be back here to do my normal morning session tomorrow. And I'm probably going to be going live around 10:30 a.m. Eastern time because I don't have an appointment tomorrow morning. So I'll see y'all then. Okay, bye. In stream.